你的银行卡被限额了吗？
Has your bank card been restricted? Recently, I encountered an issue that surprised and inconvenienced me. A few days ago, I received the final payment for my house and planned to transfer the money to Jiangxi Bank to repay the mortgage. However, when I attempted to transfer the funds, I discovered that my bank card was restricted. Using mobile banking, I could only transfer 20,000 yuan per day. I tried several times, but each attempt failed, prompting me to contact my bank. So, I called the bank. The bank staff asked about my current transfer limit, and I replied that it was 20,000 yuan. He informed me that 20,000 yuan is the maximum limit for a newly issued bank card. Usually, the limit is 1,000 yuan. I asked what to do if I needed to transfer a large amount, and he said it could not be done via mobile banking and I needed to go to the bank counter. This afternoon, I went to the bank. Initially, the lobby manager asked me to use the self-service machine because transfers under 1 million yuan can be done through it. However, when I tried, the limit still prevented the transfer. The lobby manager then gave me a transfer form to fill out and submit at the counter. While filling out the form, an incident occurred in the bank. A lady was also trying to transfer money and had gone to several windows, but the staff wouldn't process her request. She ended up arguing with the bank staff. After I completed my form, the staff asked me to proceed to the counter for the transfer, repeatedly confirming my account number. I found this odd because I was transferring to my own account. The staff explained that due to the high incidence of fraud, they had to be cautious. I was puzzled. If transferring our own money is so difficult, how do fraudsters easily transfer millions? To make matters worse, transferring money to my own account incurs a 50 yuan fee. This restriction is highly inconvenient. Given the current economic downturn, such policies only further reduce market consumption.
现在货运行情真的这么萧条了吗？
Is the freight industry really this sluggish now? Do these factories really have no business? Can Huizhou still be a viable place? Today, I finally got a freight order in Shenzhen to deliver to Huidong, Huizhou, earning 200 yuan. I was quite happy at the time. However, after completing this order, I stayed in Huizhou for a whole day, hoping to get more orders, but I couldn't get any at all. So, I returned to Guizhou Shotien with an empty truck, and even until 8 in the evening, I didn't get a second order today. I hung around in Huizhou all day, not because I couldn't get orders, but because there were simply no orders. Is it that the platform doesn't have orders now, or the shippers are not placing orders on the platform anymore? This resulted in me hanging around Huizhou for an afternoon and evening without getting a single order. It's really difficult. Is this industry really about to collapse? Now people still ask me if the freight industry is good, if it's worth doing. I'm barely holding on. When I tell people it's hard, they think I'm lying and hiding the truth from them, as if I'm afraid they'll come and compete for orders with me. My parents went back to our hometown these days, so I thought I'd come out to earn some money, but I only made 200 yuan all day. And now I have to return with an empty truck, and the money I earned isn't even enough for the fuel cost to get back. Day by day, without earning money, this month is more than halfway over. It's really frustrating.
传统百货的冬天是过不去了。
Now, traditional department stores are facing an endless winter. The department store near my home is struggling to attract customers despite various efforts. Even though they have followed trends with discounts, introduced outdoor goods, and added children's experiences, the store remains cold and desolate with hardly any shoppers. Last year, all 3 Pacific department stores in Shanghai closed down, and 2 Eastern stores in Tianjin, operated by Japanese brands, are also set to close. Even overseas department stores are struggling to stay afloat. Early this year, Macy's in the United States closed 5 stores. Although Japan is often seen as the king of department stores, many of its long-established stores with 50 to 100 years of history also shut down this year. While redesigning an old department store in the capital city of a western province, we faced a major challenge. The operators have not yet broken away from the traditional department store business mindset. Although we can optimize space and enhance visual appeal, the conventional sales methods, homogeneous business layouts, and outdated property conditions make it difficult to fundamentally change the situation. As a design service provider, we know that the renovation's impact is limited, but can you refuse to design the project because of this? Would your conscience be troubled? This truly creates a dilemma and struggle. Department stores, as an old retail model, are competing against newer shopping centers and online retail, which is akin to a horse-drawn carriage competing with an automobile. Fundamentally, it is an outdated business model that cannot keep up with the times. The traditional department store format will inevitably perish. The only way out is to transform into a shopping center focused on interactive entertainment and experiences. However, given the current oversupply of commercial real estate, many shopping centers are also struggling to stay profitable.
2024年啊，最重要的事情就是活下去。
In 2024, the most important thing is to survive. This year, everyone generally feels that making money is becoming increasingly difficult. Not only ordinary people, but also businesses and physical stores are having a harder time. Last year, 460,000 companies went bankrupt, 3 million individual businesses were deregistered, and 23 million people lost their jobs. In the first half of this year, more than 400,000 restaurants nationwide closed down, including 120,000 snack shops, 80,000 milk tea shops, and 200,000 hot pot and other dining establishments. Meanwhile, the civil service exam has had over 1 million applicants for 13 consecutive years, with some positions seeing more than 10,000 people competing for a single spot, a difficulty comparable to getting into Tsinghua or Peking University. Every year, more than 10 million graduates need to find jobs, but large companies like Alibaba and JD.com are laying off employees on a large scale, with layoff rates as high as 20%. So, what exactly has made these past 2 years so difficult for everyone? Several harsh facts lie behind this situation. First, currently, 780 million people nationwide are in debt, while the total population is 1.4 billion. This means that almost all adults, except the elderly and children under 18, are in debt. National debt reduces opportunities for offline economic development, making business extremely difficult. Therefore, if you are not in debt, congratulations, you have surpassed 99% of the population. Second, everyone thought that after the pandemic ended, the spring of the economy would come, but the reality is that spring hasn't arrived, winter has come first. Businesses have closed, schools have cancelled staffing positions, teachers have become contract workers, and even bosses are looking for jobs. The demand for ride-hailing and food delivery has also basically saturated. This is because China's economy has developed rapidly for decades, and all industries are now in a state of severe saturation. Third, big capitalists are cashing out and exiting the market. Western countries are sanctioning and blocking Chinese manufacturing plants. Traditional enterprises' sales channels are failing, physical stores are deserted, while the live-streaming e-commerce industry is falsely prosperous, and many companies are laying off employees. Fourth, true entrepreneurs are rare. Most businessmen are opportunistic and unscrupulous, making money by any means necessary, even falsifying health and education industries. Fifth, Taobao has eliminated many physical stores through price wars, and Pinduoduo has eliminated many manufacturing plants through price wars. These internet giants lack long-term vision and are merely exploiting consumers' weaknesses to make quick money, causing significant damage to the business ecosystem. Sixth, the global economy is in serious recession. The days of easy money are gone forever. It is no longer like it was 10 years ago. If the market has no grass, what will you feed your sheep? Seventh, economic contraction leads to a lack of funds among the populace, decreased consumption levels, severe involution, overcapacity, and a struggling real economy. Investment, recruitment, and foreign trade are all hindered. Ordinary people face more anxiety and confusion. The gap between rich and poor is widening, the rich get richer, and the poor get poorer. Eighth, Didi's ride-hailing users dropped from 48 million to less than 10 million, Trips tourism users dropped from 26 million to 6 million, and Starbucks monthly active users halved from 4 million to 2 million. Only recruitment websites like BossGPN have seen their monthly active users exceed 100 million, nearly doubling. Why is this happening? Because everyone has no money, more and more people are in debt, fewer people are consuming, more people are live streaming, fewer people are opening stores, more people are recruiting, fewer people are franchising, more people are deceiving, and fewer people are working earnestly.
这个巴黎世家现在完全没人要了。
This Balenciaga is completely unwanted now, especially with the poor economic situation this year. The counters are offering a 60% discount, and it still can't sell. Even Versace is at 50% off, and nobody wants it. It's really hard to sell this year. The Hourglass series is totally not selling. This one is even worse. If the counter offers a 60% discount, we can only sell it at 30% in our store. The small mini Balenciaga, originally priced at over 10,000 yuan, can now only be sold at 30%, a little over 3,000 yuan. Actually, I think the Hourglass series shouldn't be discounted, it's the most popular style. I didn't expect the Hourglass series to be directly sold at 60% off at the counters now. What can we do? And it's even a white one. If we recycle it, we can only offer 6,500 yuan. You see, the counters are already selling it this cheap on a big discount, which shows it's really not selling well. Everyone, be careful not to buy Balenciaga in the future, it's completely not selling well this year. This moon bag is still okay, it's almost brand new, originally priced at 19,000 yuan. Now we can recycle it for 12,000 yuan. The LV waist bag, originally priced around 13,000 yuan, we can recycle it for at most 7,500 yuan this year. The LV accordion bag can only be recycled for 8,500 yuan this year. This Hermes basket bag can be recycled for 20,000 yuan. Then there's a Celine bag, its price is also just average this year, it can be sold for at most 15,000 yuan. This large tote can be sold for 14,000 yuan. This year, luxury goods are really hard to sell, even the counters are losing money on sales, and still, no one is buying.
This is a sorrowful situation for ordinary workers as more and more foreign enterprises withdraw from China. Although these foreign enterprises and capitalists have been criticized domestically for decades, it is these companies that genuinely adhere to labor laws. Many friends have worked in foreign enterprises, and although the work was tough, with long and exhausting overtime hours, they never missed a single penny of their salary. If they are entitled to double pay, they receive double pay. If it's triple, they get triple. There's never any mention of exchanging rest days. This is also why the Foxconn incident attracted so much attention. In China, it is easy to find a factory job, but finding a company that pays full wages on time, offers overtime pay, and provides corresponding insurance benefits is not so easy. Domestic bosses may call you brother and treat you like family on the surface, but when it comes to paying salaries, they treat you like an enemy. When foreign enterprises were present, domestic bosses couldn't be too outrageous in the labor market. Once all foreign enterprises withdraw, and there is no competition in the labor market, it is hard to say what the fate of ordinary workers will be.